Hello and welcome to a kind of an interesting Let's Play idea I'm going for here. This is Legacy of Dorn Herald of Oblivion. This is essentially a choose-your-own-adventure novel in playable form. I don't know if you've messed with a choose-your-own-adventure book before, where you turn the certain pages to essentially simulate certain decisions, sometimes resulting in loss of death. Or dead ends, so to speak. I did this way back with like one of the Animorphs books. Quite interesting. This is a visual representation, and doing it this way, I think there's only one save file. Now all I did was a combat tutorial, and then I exited. So I'm just going to restart the book, essentially, so we can get the prologue, you know, the original description, as well as the actual combat tutorial. And I'm going to be reading everything, which I'm going to try to give characters and enemies voices to an extent, so this might get a little weird. But for now, let's, without further ado, let's restart the book. Yes, please. Freaking awesome Imperial Fist. Looks so cool. It's fucking Terminator armor. Alright. You are Brother Nabor, a Space Marine of the Imperial Fist chapter. Space Marines are the ultimate human fighting machines. Genetically modified superhuman warriors, standing over 7 feet tall and absolutely lethal due to decades of combat training. They were created by the immortal emperor of mankind to first reconquer the galaxy in his name and continue to defend the human race from the predations of all manner of enemies. Heretics, traitors, aliens, demons, and even their own corrupted brethren. The traitors, Astartes. The Imperial Fists are one of the most loyal chapters of the Imperium, second only to the Ultramarines, in their adherence to the Codex Astartes. The genetic inheritors of the post-human Primarch Rogel Dorn, whose very blood runs in their veins. The Imperial Fists are known for their exceptional skills when it comes to siege warfare. It was they who manned the walls of the Imperial Palace during the defense of Terra at the climax of the Horus Heresy, my bad. It was their contribution to the great battle that ultimately helped bring the heresy to an end, and it is they who have defended Holy Terra ever since. Throughout the adventure to come, you will be forced to battle the enemies of mankind in all their myriad forms. When this occurs, you must fight them using the Cogitator's Pugna Simular. You will also come across weapons and other useful items that may help you progress. Also, there are difficult moral decisions that you'll be forced to make, which could have a direct impact on how events play out later. Let's begin. However you turn pages. Oh, there we go. Before you begin, it's recommended you familiarize yourself with the Pugna Simular. This will prepare you for all battle conditions. Roger that. Okay, the Pugna Simular demo. During combat, you have access to a number of stats. Weapon skill, this measures how well you can hit a target, probably making a successful hit. Simple enough. Strength. This increases damage dealt with close combat weapons and also increases the probability of you hitting the target. Note range weapons have their own strength rating. Alright. Toughness. This increases the probability of you being damaged by an enemy's attack. I should probably stack that in a game like this. Can I even do that? Do you have levels? I actually don't know. Armor. This decreases the probability of taking crit damage from an attack. Crit attacks deal up to twice the damage of a normal attack, and an enemy without armor always takes crit damage. Ooh, good to know. I wonder if I can, like, lose armor. Wounds. This is your measure of life. I know wounds. I know that. Actions. This is how many attacks or actions you can perform in a single round of combat. Alright. Honor. This is a measure of how successful you are in combat. Glances, hits, crits, all accrue honor. When your honor reaches the maximum level, you're able to launch a devastating attack. Simple enough. It's kind of funny looking. Anyway, let's do it. This is kind of neat. Ooh, Gretchen's. Yeah, that's right. I already did this tutorial, so I do like how this looks. I really do. I actually skipped through a lot of stuff just to make sure it works. So I'm actually gonna read this time. Okay. Fire Storm Bolter at range or strike with your chainsword when locked in close combat. Pressing attack uses one action. Okay. Focus increases the chance of your next attack hitting, or reduces the chance of the next attack. Focus also uses one action. Okay. So you got 3 actions a turn. Okay. Focus on to take down the Gretchen. I mean, even at close range, like he's right in front of me, right? And I only have a 56% chance to deal 3 wounds of damage. Alright, well let's try this out. Focus. Whoa. And take him out. You're shitting me. Got him. Okay. Use arrows to choose which foe to target. Simple enough. Advance, close combat, you can have withdraw till your foe is dead. This is kind of feeling like, kind of like Mordheim's rules up in a book. Okay. Born is a solidify, let's withdraw. Also, okay. But can the enemies advance too? I would assume they can. Alright. Let's we'll choose you as a target. We're gonna advance. And then we're gonna focus to get that higher attack. We're gonna give it a go. Oh, that bastard got me. Finally remember the following points. I'll just select. Okay, yeah, I should probably click that. Just a chance to hit. Damage it deals. Other stats? I don't see any other stats. Oh. I'm a dumbass. There's buttons. Oh, there's enemies. Okay. Honor Mirror. Okay, so that's Honor Mirror. Alright. Okay, let's check out these stats. Weapon skill. Good. Do I get different armors? Can I? Okay, let's close. Choppa. Dude, wait a second. They would hit me at that low of a chance? Alright, well. Okay, let's focus. And hit it. Yeah. Hi. How you doing? Alright, so now we're close enough, but we're gonna take a hit. Oh, glancing hit. Okay. I'm just gonna focus. And boom! Okay, let's just click again. Ah, double miss. Fuck you. Fine. Oh, just die. Oh, percentage-based games kick my ass, I swear. Focus. Just hit the bastard. Oh. Why did I focus again? Does that carry? It does not carry. We'll keep that in mind. Hit it! Finally! Man, these games are not. Yeah. Okay, we did victory. Great. Let's click this. Let me choose difficulty setting. Oh, you get 10 save states? You're equipped with Stormbolt power as a Common Knight. Can we just do initiate? Oh, I wanted to see what the details were. Alright, well, let's read this. Oh. Well, actually, let's check that out. Free choice, heal me. I probably won't click those. We got an inventory. Can I click this? Okay, so we have a power fist, a combat knife, and a storm bolter. We don't have anything for a heavy weapon. So we start out with with more wounds, more purity, and we seem pretty overall good. Okay. Anyway, let's get to reading. The Hulk is so vast that the mighty Adeptus Astartes strike cruiser is a buzzing needle fly to a Grox in comparison. Like some errant plane toy, the warp-spawned conglomeration of ancient wrecks and stellar debris blocks out the star field for tens of kilometers in every direction. There's an ominous presence drifting through the void at the periphery of the Sargon system, a lurking threat with all the menace of a dead-eyed ocean predator. Rightly was it named Herald of Oblivion by the tallyman of the Order Xenos. For who knows what savage orc hordes or gene-stolen broods lie hidden within its labyrinthine depths, waiting for their derelict to come within range of the Fucon Imperial Star System or a potential prize world. The shadowy masters of the Order Xenos have known of the Hulk's existence since it was first encountered by a rogue trader fleet within an outlying system in the Segmentum Obscura, but it is only now, not many Ursanan months shy of 200 years later, the fuck, that the Herald of Oblivion has been vomited back in the material universe at this time and in this place, thanks to the capricious ties of the warp and the fickle schemes of fate. So it was that the Imperial 5th Strike Cruiser Shield Dorn, the closest Adeptus Astartes vessel within 6 weeks warp travel of the Sargon system, was dispatched to assess the threat the Spacehawk posed to the Imperium and to act accordingly. Okay, how do we turn pages? Do I just click? Okay, yeah. Smoke and incense fog the stale air of the chamber as a gaggle of solemnly chanting tech adepts tend to a host of arcane mechanisms. Under the watchful guise of a tech marine, Brother Clavis, at a nod from the Engineer manning the controls of the ancient teleportarium, power sword in hand, Sergeant Valeria addresses the Space Marines under his command. Squad Scorpio, comes the sergeant's voice through your helmet comm. We have been tasked with the cleansing of the derelict of any Xenos presence, in preparation for the insertion of the Inquisition search teams. And so now let us prepare for the teleportation. One by one, the battle brothers of the Squad Scipio mount the dais and take their positions within the teleportarium. The first to join Sergeant Valeria is his brother Barafon, carrying the heavy flamer gripped in his hands, as casually for nothing more than a last pistol. Can we have that, please? He's also the bearer of a number of sanctified plasma bombs. Oh, you lucky fucker. After all, none of you really know what you might run into aboard the derelict. Barafon is followed by Brother Kale. The lightning claws he has the honor of taking the battle are treasured relics of your chapter. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on Brother Kale. They crackle with barely contained esoteric energies as he flexes the long blade fingers of the venerated artifacts. Next to take his place is Brother Horus. He is a temporary addition to the squad, and since he is an apothecary, does not wear terminal armor like the rest of you. Ooh, that doesn't bode well. Instead, he bears his sacred tools of the apothecarium, all contained within his Narfaceum, as well as a chainsword and bolt pistol. As the most recently inducted member of Squad Scipio, you are the last to mount the teleportarium Dias. Sergeant Valeras turns to the Tech Marine marshalling the servitors and tech adepts, monitoring the enigmatic machine's mini-controls. Squad Scipio, ready to teleport, he says, his commanding tones emanating from the eternal vox casters in his terminated armor. Confirm. Oh wait, whoops, my bad. Bleh. Confirmed. Brother Clavis replies, his voice exhibiting motionless, machine-like cadences, while the great silver arm attached to his back twitches nervously. I would love to see what his looks like. At some unvoiced order that only the tech adepts pick up on, Brother Clavis and minions carry out a sequence of well-rehearsed maneuvers at the archaic controls before them. A deep humming sound fills the air, vibrating the teleportation plate on which you are standing. The vibration travels up through your osmotica-hardened leg bones, settling in the pit of your stomach. At the same time, tendrils of crackling energy crawl over the emitter array above your head. But the sergeant, the resonating voice carries across the temperature over the horizon hum of the emitter. Room for one more. Pesticerially Radamus, Valia says, acknowledging the arrival of a differential bow his head. You honor us with your presence. The Librarian is an imposing sight indeed, standing out even amongst a party of Terminators of the chapter's first company. Ooh, this is the first company. Ooh, that's important. Wear your tactical dreadnought armor, and that of your brethren is the sunfire yellow of molten gold. The primary color of the Librarian's armor is the deep crystalline blue of lapis lazuli. He does not wear a helmet. Instead, his head, with its patrician features, close-cropped white beard, and dual-service studs. Oh, he's got a beard, it's cool. During more than 2 centuries of devoted service to the Imperium, is framed by the ceramic and crystallic lattice structure of a psychic hood. This arcane device helps to focus the Librarian's formidable powers, whilst at the same time protecting its wearer from the attacks of enemy psychers. On his left arm, Radimus bears a storm shield that, in turn, bears the clenched fist symbol of your chapter. In his right hand, he carries a mighty hammer. The Pestilent can channel his devastating psychic powers through this weapon, redoubling its already deadly ability to injure the enemies of the Imperium. What troubles you, impostor, eh? Varian asked, unsettled by the Librarian's abrupt appearance. You sense a perturbation in the warp? A shadow moves upon the face of the CSO, something insinuating itself into my subconscious. You know, I need to do something like kind of an old man. Whispers from the warp, the voices of ghosts and demons, and utterances of prophecy and blasphemy both. A prophecy? A prophecy? Valerius almost gasps. About our undertaking? Indeed, brother Sergeant, something sinister is at work here. What do you mean, brother Librarian? Papa Kennedy orders asked, intrigued rather than anxious. I cannot tell you any more than I cannot tell you any more than that, the Professor says, his eyes backlit by an eerie luminescence. Only the Fate has plans for you. You suddenly feel the Librarian's gaze alight upon you. Kale flexes his lightning calls, a simple action heavy with menace. If it is something I can kill, just show me the way, brother. Radimus takes a step towards the teleportarium platform. I wish to accompany you to the derelict. In Dorn's name, you be the most welcome, Sergeant Valier says, bowing his head once more. Let us hope so. Impestolare says darkly. As brother Librarian Radimus joins your party on the beaming plate, Sergeant Valerius raises his power sword in a time-honored martial salute. Primarch, progenitor, he declares, his words echoing from the metal walls of the sanctified chamber. To your glory! You and your battle brothers answer as one with a traditional response. And the glory of him on off! Commencing teleportation sequence. This is probably the Tech-Free Sun. Commencing teleportation sequence. In the name of the Messiah. Oh, this is Brother Clavis. Fuck. Commencing teleportation sequence. In the name of the Messiah. Brother Clavis intones. The rising hum of the arcane device filling the chamber grows in intensity as the monotonous chanting of the tech adepts. You feel a strange tingling deep within your bones as the indescribable machine begins to disassemble your body, your armor, and your implants one at a time, piece by piece, molecule by molecule, atom by atom. A generating crash suddenly shakes the teleportarium's very foundations, and several laminators wink out. The chanting technique is replaced by panicked binary chatter followed by a subsonic boom. The teleportarium activates. You brace yourself as the ancient mechanism prepares to hurl you from one discrete physical point in space to another via a precisely focused scalar field. One by one, in quick succession, your battle brothers blink out of existence in a beam of searing white light. Taking a deep breath of suit recycled air, you close your eyes and wait for the teleport to transport you to the Hulk. There's a second generating crash, and you're forced to take a stumbling step to stop yourself falling. Even with your massive heavy suit Terminator, you open your eyes. You're still aboard the Shield of Dorn. The whine of the Gallifreyan rises and falls as bursts of eldritch energy crackle across the ray above you. What's going on? You start to say before Brother Clavis signs you with an upraised hand. Brother Nabur, or remain where you are. The tech marine voice comes to you for your helmet comm. You're under the crash of rocks, the teleporting chamber. Dislodging centuries of dust from the curved metal ribs of the craft's hull, forming obscuring clouds all around you. Something is clinging along. But what? And we have our first options. We can get clear of the ancient teleportation device as quickly as possible, or stay as Brother Clavis commanded. I'm gonna follow his orders. Obeying Brother Clavis' command, you wait as unfathomable forces ripple and distort the air around you. Gradually, the epileptic bursts of energy fade from a brilliant white to a much calmer blue. Geller Field stabilizing, announces a sweating tech cadet from his place at a control lock turn. Finally, the collapsed energy field dissipates altogether, leaving behind nothing but the stink of ozone in the air and an uneasy feeling in the pit of your stomach. Unease, yes, but not fear. For the Adeptus Astartes are untroubled by such pathetic emotions. Geller Field stabilized, confirms the tech adept. By the grace of the Messiah, the tech marine says. Brother Clavis, what happened? You begin only to be interrupted by yet another generator crash. Sip Master, the tech marine says, speaking to the dust-filled air. Status report. The shield of the Dorn is under attack. Comes Shipmaster Travis, dressed responsive with a comm. It came out of nowhere. Who did? Clavis demands. Pirates. Xenos scum. The shipmaster's voice echoes around the ultimate chamber. Eldar, and the most black-hearted than enviable kind. Oh, Dark Eldar, shit. Host of other voices come crackling over the comm, sounding like they're echoing to you across space and time. They are the voices of your battle brothers, carrying to you from wherever it is they have been transferred aboard this rifting space hall. Then suddenly the comm signal from the hull cuts out. All available battle brothers, a voice booms for the ship's turn. Prepare to repel borders. Not you, Brother Nebor, the tech marine intones as the teleporter is bathed in the rippling glow of tame lightning once again. Power has been restored and the device is ready to fire. This is barely time to give utterance to your chapter's motto before a burst of actinic light in a war like a deafening cry of stars. The teleport tears a tunnel through space-time and hurls you through it. For the first time, I'm going to be using the Wheels of Fate. I have no idea how this is going to work. Find out. This terrifies me. This is all based on chance too. Shit. Okay, we got a fist. Shit. Give me a fist, give me a fist, give me a fist. Oh, fuck me. Just one fist, and 2 skulls? Oh, man. Your mind reels. Okay. Oh, okay. The sensation of being turned inside out is replaced by an unsettling sensation of dislocation. As the furious light fades, you are left in near total darkness as your own heightened senses and the auto senses of your armored helm take a moment to adjust to the lower light levels. All around you is smoke and darkness. Your auto senses take over, revealing your no location in a lower spectrum of contrasting heat signatures, and that's when you see them. Oh no! Coming towards you through the smoke and gloom are a number of unnatural monsters. Xenospawn. They are multi-limbed monstrosities, each one as large as a space marine. Fuck. Thanks to years of battling the enemies of mankind, you recognize them immediately. They are gene stealers. Despite being foul and human monsters, you know from brutal personal experience that the creatures are possessed of a malign cunning, incredible strength, and lightning-fast reflexes, and claws so sharp they can tear through Terminator armor. But something isn't right. Pure-strain gene stealers possess all manner of unknowable sensors, but judging by the way they are creeping through the grilled metal corridor you now find yourself in, they are as yet unaware of your presence. Then you realize why. You have teleported on board what would appear to be a rogue trader vessel. Judging by the motifs on the display upon the metal ribs of the hull, the ancient reactors that once powered the ship through the warp have come to the end of their life, after who knows how many centuries. The gases and heat they are pumping out as they fail is hiding you from the approaching aliens. However, it can't be much longer before one of them detects your presence, but for the moment, You have the advantage. Oh, okay, so we got 3 options. We can just outright try for combat. Range combat with the Genestealers, we can charge the Genestealers and engage them in close combat, or I can remain motionless and hope that the Genestealers pass by without ever becoming aware of my presence. Purge. Let's do it. Emerging from the smoke with a muttered oath of "For the Emperor!" You open fire, your Stormbolter and physical manifestation of the Emperor's limitless wrath. You're facing off against 4 Genestealers. You enter close combat with them immediately. Fight. I'm in close combat? That's not what I wanted. So the power up, this is my best chance. Okay, so let's focus. Take this! Holy shit. Okay. We're only gonna do 2 damage. We already only have 1 more action. Let's hit it. Damn! Okay. Oh, glance. Oh, ho, ho. Oh, I took a damage. Okay. Let's focus again. And slam! Yes. Nice, okay. Let's try this again. Damn! There it comes. Miss. Okay, cool. Oh no! He crit me! Ow, you son of a... And... okay, I didn't kill it though. Okay, let's try the guarantee this hit. Shit, let's try again. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, and he got another hit. That's unfortunate. Let's try again. Okay, we got it. Okay, victory's over. Okay. We got the victory. What happens now? Alright. The Genestealers are dead. Their alien viscata and their stinking ichor that passes for blood among their kind plasters the walls, floor, and ceiling in the chamber. The space is little more than a widening of a corridor, and judging by its construction, it is highly likely that it's once part of some Imperial vessel or other. Accessing the auspics built into your tactical dreadnought armor, you take a moment to sweep the local area, making sure that a host of the aliens isn't about to descend on you from the ventilator ducts above your head or burst from the maintenance channels under the floor. When the auspic reads clean, you consider your next move. The rest of Squad Scipio is somewhere on board the derelict. At present, you have no idea where. Something is blocking your auspic signal from reading anything more than 30 meters away. This could be down to something as innocent as radiation shielding, or alternatively, something altogether more sinister, such as a Xenos created dampening field. Aside from your fellow Imperial Fists, there are also Genestealers on board. While the brood mine is still active, the Xenos still pose a serious threat. But if you were to eliminate their broodlord, you could neutralize that threat. So, which is it to be? Oh man. Given my RNG, I'd be better off looking for my battle brothers. That's what we're gonna go for. Assuming that the Genestealers are patrolling away from the direction of their nest, you head in the opposite direction, monitoring the feed from your helm wherever auspectors go. However, the mission you were tasked with before joining the Herald of Oblivion was to cleanse the derelict. Among the Genestealer hive and its broodlords to survive a gross dereliction during and the vows you swore all those years ago when you were first into fucking. Oh, you're a jackass game. I should get together with my group and then slaughter them, right? I don't... Alright, fine. Okay. Return to the place where you arrived after being teleported aboard the conglomeration of warp-lost vessels and asteroids that form the Herald of Oblivion. You scan again for your battle bro's life signs. The auspic comes back negative. Either they didn't teleport to the same location as you, or they have since set off on their mission, believing you to have been lost when the teleportation malfunctioned. Accessing your home, you try to contact the shield Dorn, but all you hear in return is a hiss of static and the sound of distant explosions before it cuts out altogether. Something's blocking the signal. For the time being, at least, you're on your own. You seem like there's something about the construction of the vessel you're currently in that is preventing your Auspex from completing long-range scans. Perhaps a leaking fusion reactor or a radioactive mineral deposit, an asteroid bound to the craft somewhere nearby. You are able, however, to accomplish a three-dimensional scan of the internals of the Rogue Trader vessel you're currently in, which in turn enables you to locate a way out. Half an hour later, you emerge from the Rogue Trader vessel through what was once an airlock into an echoing pitch-black space. Activating your suit's searchlight, its beam pierces the gloom to reveal that you are standing inside what appears to be a vast, rocky cavern. Suddenly, a designated marker tag flashes into beam to the HUD, accompanied by a chiming alert. It only takes an Auspex machine spirit a moment to flag it as being that of Apothecary Ortis. Your Auspex currently isn't picking up any life signs for any other members of Squad Skippy, but they might be just out of your range. You try the helcom and hear nothing but static. According to your Auspex, Brother Ortis cannot be more than 100 meters away from your current position, but you don't know what obstacles you might have to cross to reach him. You could, of course, attempt to boost the gain on your Auspex in order to carry out a more thorough survey of the area. I don't want to delay. Let's get to him. I found him? Sweet. The route you take to find the apothecary leads you across the cavernous heart of the trapped asteroid to a point where the blunt nose of another vessel has burst through the silicate rock wall. The impact must have occurred hundreds, if not thousands of years ago, and resulted in the hull of the craft being breached as well. Entering this vessel, you home in on the signal from your Auspex, following the HUD display to the marker tag, and it is then, as your luminary beam falls on the solid adamantium bulkhead ahead of you, that you see Brother Ortis for the first time. Brother, thank the Primarch you found me in time, he gasps. He's clearly in a great deal of pain, but that's hardly surprising, seeing as it appears to have been teleported to the very fabric of the bulkhead itself and become fused half in and half out of the structure. Wow. Wow. Shit, it's already heavy. Carefully, break the seal on his helmet. Remove it. Ortis' expression is one of barely suppressed agony. Brother, you begin, not really knowing what to say. There's nothing you can do for me, Ortis says, as if reading your mind. I am dying, but first I must pass my sacred duty on to you, in case you find any more of our brethren in a similar situation to mine. Clearly, the Dark Elder attack on the shield of Dorn at such a vital moment in the teleportarium sequence resulted in catastrophic failure. You wonder how many more are like Brother Ortis or lost forever, the component atoms scattered within the freezing depths of the void. Take my Norphaceum, the apothecary says, indicating the arcade instrument attached to his arm that is mercifully free of the bulkhead for downward glance. At Ortis' behest, you release the maglock, securing the Norphaceum in place and attach it to your own arm. There are unguents and medicamentum equivalent to 5 medkits worth. Each time you use a medkit, you restore your rune score to its starting total. We'll keep that in mind. As you do this, Ortis intones the apothecary's creed between agonized gasps. It is the sacred oath sworn by all who submit themselves for training by the apothecarian. He that may fight, heal him. He that may fight no more, give him peace. He that is dead, take from him the chapter's due. While his gene seed returns to the chapter, a space marine cannot die. He breaks off, choking on his own blood as his body shuts down. Without death, pain loses its relevance. Ortis proceeds to tell you the clandestine code that activates the reductor built into the Norphaceum, so he might remove his own vaginal glands, that he might yet serve the chapter still. Fuck, dude. Brother Carried Ortis has passed the sacred duty on to you, that you might tend to the injured and recover the gene seed of the dead as you continue your search for the rest of Squad Scipio. Now, brother, he said with his dying death, do what must be done. With that, his chin drops into his chest and he says nothing more. Damn. Fuck, this is already fucking heavy. Well, it is the grim future, right? Fuck. Internet code, you successfully activate the reductor. Without a moment's hesitation, you plunge its whirring drill bits into Order's neck, feeling the calamity bite down on the tough when you pull it free. Fortunately, you're also able to remove the second progenoid located within the apothecary's chest. Ugh. Gain 2 purities. Secure both glands in one of the sanctified stasis chambers inside the Malfunctioning. Right. Fuck, man. Oh. This is pretty fucking intense. There's nothing more you can do for Brother Ordis, and so are forced to leave his body locked within the very fabric of the bulkhead. However, you're able to retrieve 3 clips of both the rounds that are in the apothecary's possession. Each clip has 20 shots. Damn! However, as you progress further through the bulk collar hall, following the only viable path open to you, your helm aspect begins to bleep and chirp with activity. Overlaying the information is picking up on your helmet's HUD. A wireframe 3D scan of the Hulk appears first. On top of this then appear the target markers indicating your battle brother's life signs. A feeling of relief washes through you as you see that the rest of your boarding party are also alive, although they appear to have somehow been scattered throughout the Hulk, all except for one. Your Auspex has failed to pick up Sergeant Valerie's signal. Based on the primary scan downloaded into your Auspex while you're still on board the Shield of Dorn, and from the information your Auspex has picked up, since including the locator signals relayed from your battle brother's suits, you know which direction you need to travel, and to track each of them down. However, you have no idea what sort of environment you will find there, or what secrets those areas of the Herald of Oblivion are hiding. Okay, let's just submit saves automatically, right? Having someone who's a psyker, having the librarian might be a better option. But Brother Kale has lightning claws. If I can get him to work with me and fight alongside me, he'll be able to rip apart the enemy. But if we end up dealing with the Broodlord, wouldn't the librarian become extremely important? And Brother Barathon has the Flamer. We are dealing with Tyranids right now. I feel like it's between Barathon and Radamus when it comes to effectiveness. I hope we get the option to go after that Broodlord. I think we're going to go with the Librarian. Alright. With the signal of the Librarian's suit as your target, you set off deeper into the derelict. Echoing empty chambers, the sighs of ecclesiarchy templums give way to catastrophic warrants of Zalaxian Nespires, which in turn give way to the passages that appear to have been home from the rock and captured asteroids. Continuing to follow the signal, you eventually find yourself in a large chamber that tapers to a point before a fissure that rises 30 meters through the walk in front of you. Whatever else lies beyond the fissure is within that. You will find Brother Librarian Radamus, or whatever it is that remains of him. Jeez. You ease your tactical dreadnought armor through the rift and enter the strangely miasmic gloom beyond. The rock walls themselves appear the ooze of slime. Slowly realize the substance of the tunnel isn't rock at all. What you took to be the rocky exterior of a trapped asteroid was in truth the void-hardened exterior shell of some imaginably huge Tyranid bioship. Oh fuck. That's not good. Oh, I might have chosen the wrong option. Oh, this could be bad. I hope I find him before I find the damn Broodlord. Oh shit. Okay. Begin making my way through the bioship. You eventually emerge from the womb inside an arterial red passageway, the walls of which ripple with the pulses of unbelievably slow heartbeat. Yep. We're good. Brother? The sight flash suddenly has you on your knees on the soft, yielding floor of the meatball passageway. Rather than the boar. The thought words come one side in your head. Oh wait, this is the old guy. Brother the boar. The thought words. Is that you, brother? Librarian, you gasp out loud. Aye, it is I. Now listen, I don't have much time. Oh fucking hell, man. Such is the force of telepathic communication that it sends waves of nozzling ripping for you. I'll have the High Tyrannid's psychics bored now. Together we can defeat the horror. I know we can. Join me, brother. But we do not antagonize the slave beasts of the sheep unnecessarily, and beware that ripper tentacles. And then Radimus is gone again from your mind, and that sick feeling in your stomach passes. Then the librarian's warning mind, you set off again through the Tyrannid superorders. Push on. Alright, as you make your way through the fluid gloom and blood-red darkness of the bioship's interior, wonder how it came to be part of the Herald of Oblivion. Tyrannid high fleets do not travel through the warp-like ships of the Imperium, or various other alien races, and having mastered the instinctive manipulation of the gravity fields of star systems to achieve superliminal speeds instead. However, considering the rent in the bioship's hide, it would seem fair to assume that this particular vessel suffered catastrophic damage at some point in the past, causing it to enter a state of dormancy or hibernation. If after this it had encountered the Hulk, which, by dint of its sheer size, could have pulled it in with its own gravity field, it's highly possible that two space-borne entities then became combined as the Hulk continued to draw a manner of space debris to itself. But one thought worries you. With both yourself and the potent psychic brother librarian Radimus stalking the hive ship's voted deaths, how long will it be before the space-faring superorganism starts to wake up again? You know, suddenly the passageway twists and turns with intestinal frequency, until it branches out into two distinct paths. All you know is that the Pastore Radimus is somewhere ahead, but which branch of the passageway will take you to it? You're not giving me much context on this. Want to go left. Okay. Corpse gray cilia ripple and twitch at your passing, while you sit on my boots up to contend with the thick excretions of phlegmy matter coating the floor of the passageway you are now following. There's no sign, however, of any of the Tyrannid forms you would expect to be looking from a bioship to Tyrannid. Hive fleets, perhaps the thing really is dead after all, and all its spawn with it. Until you reach another natural junction, a draught is being drawn towards the rubbery pipe to your left, and for some reason, while the fleshy tunnel to the right disappears off into a crimson gloom. The draught's being drawn towards it. Let's take the left. Yeah, let's follow it. Further you progress along the tunnel, the stronger the breeze becomes. Entering on even space, laced of air pockets, kept apart by strands of sinewy tissue, you see two passageways leading onwards. It seems to be little to tell them apart, as the one on the left appears to be twice the diameter of the one to the right. Didn't it say that he's like in one of those bigger spaces? Let's take the wider tunnel. The tube-like tunnel continues to broaden until it becomes a spacious void within the hive ship. The area sails through for the time being, the sucking gusts of air having ceased. Immediately note the Katana's ribs that give the chamber its shape, and the puckered orifices which constantly use of slime secretions. Ugh! Then you see this clink sphincter in the roof of the chamber, and it's currently close, but it looks large enough to admit a Thunderhawk gunship if it were open. And then just that. The photon air in the lungs sucked down a gale force explosion. The force of the draw lifting in the air, even though you're in full tactical dreadnought armor, dragged you to the open over as you were leaving a hurricane. It is then that you look through the opening and see the black void of space in the distant stars beyond. The chamber must have some kind of airlock in the shell of the hive, which means that this part of the creature is at least exposed to the void, and not entirely buried within the space hull, as you had first thought. As you turn towards the opening, you throw out an arm and make it grab the fleshy wattles at its rim. Your arm and fingers sink into the pliant flesh, and you hang on for dear life, beseeching the Emperor not to take you to be at his side just yet. Something like Brother Kale's Lightning Club become very useful right now. Sadly, I'll brace myself for the ride. Oh fuck. Continuing to beseech the Emperor and your Gene Father over that thing that may not bound. You'll cling on, hoping the Master of Mankind might hear your entreaties. Truly it is said the Emperor protects. Putting your faith in him and thrown on earth, your grip on the fleecy flesh remains strong. And then the massive portal contracts again. The rushing torrent of escaping gas ceases, and you're safe again. Even if you're still trapped in the guts of a Tyranite hive ship, realizing you won't find the Brother Mariners here, which I took the wrong way. You allow yourself to fall to the floor of the chamber again, and from there, make my way back and take the other path. Oh. The tunnel leads you to the great gallery deeper within the hive ship. What you see there as you training your weapons on the walls and checking your aspects and hub for any sign of movement. You recognize the creature for what it is immediately, for there can be no mistaking the terrible form of Carnifex. One of the deadliest of all Hive's fleet assault creatures. The Carnifex is a living battle ram, powerful enough to take on a Vindicator tank and win. Yet this particular specimen isn't about to kill you. Instead, it appears to be sleeping. It's cocooned within a huge serum-filled blister on the wall of the chilled chamber. Its massive siving talons and crushing claws fold across its thorax right at its side. Its chin and height is scarred by what might have been las blast, and half its head is bare to the bone, like some injuries sustained in the past. You wonder how long the Carnifex has been here like this, recuperating from his battle injuries in the cold. As the hive ship went into hibernation. You know how long has it miraculously remained so? For all you know, there may be pheromone sensors or trigger areas here that will awaken the Carnifex if you try to proceed any further. So how do you want to proceed? Do you want to open fire on the Carnifex while I'm still unaware of my presence? Or proceed on my way for the gallery? I think we'll leave it here. And let's make sure this works properly. Let's go to the main menu. And let's do this. Play. Okay, that seems to work properly. Cool. So that's good enough. Option button. Kinda wanna know what this is. Oh, you can choose any font style. Whoa! Wait, surf? Dyslexic. Fancy. I'll keep the fancy. That's actually kind of funny. But, alright. That'll be it for now. Let me know if you guys like this. I'm actually really getting into this. So take it easy, guys. See you next time.